Welcome back to your English class. I hope you have enjoyed your break and you had fun. Are you ready to have more fun? Okay, let's play. Get ready. First of all, get up from your seats, stand up straight and follow the instructions as we are going to play a game. Close your eyes. Now, open them. That means open your eyes. Well done. Sit down now. Stand up. Now, jump high only once where you are standing. Sit down again and listen to me. Did you enjoy? If yes, write yes in the chat box. Kids, do you know the actions you performed just now are known as action words? Action words like open, close, sit, stand, jump, listen, etc. So, the concept we are going to learn about today are verbs, and you know them as action words. Guess what's happening here? What's this boy doing? Yes, eat. And this girl? Read. Oh, poor Smiley. Cry. And brush. Kids, you can easily enact eat, read, cry, brush, can't you? So these are known as action words because you can perform actions of such words because they tell us what a person does physically. Such words which tells us about the physical actions of a subject are called verbs. This you already know. Let's know more about them. Let's discuss one exercise before we move ahead. You know verbs are the action words. Fine. So let's find out verbs in the given sentences. Our first sentence is she cooks food daily. Now what's the subject here? Our subject is she. And the action she does? Cooks. Next one. Sonia takes tea in the evening. Takes here means drinks. So Sonia is your subject and what she does? She takes. So takes is your verb. Next, Mickey taps foot on music. Subject, who performs action? Mickey. So Mickey is your subject and what Mickey does? He taps. So taps is your action word. The chick walks slowly. Who walks slowly? The chick. So the chick is your subject. And what action the chick is doing here? Walks. The boy kicks a ball. Subject is boy and kicks is the action word or you may say verb. Let's discuss few more examples but with the twist. Verbs are also known as doing words. Now what it means? That means what the subject does. Sometimes the subject does not perform any physical action or any physical work, but still they perform something. Such words are known as doing words. Fine? Look at the first example. They know each other. Now you know the subject is they. What they do? They know. Know is not visible to us. It's not a physical action, but they do. They know. So that's why it's a verb. Next one. Seema thought of a plan. Who thought of a plan? Seema. So Seema is your subject. And what she did? She thought. Can we see thought? No, because it's not a physical action. But Seema did that. So, thought is your verb. Similarly, the third one. Mohit feels tired today. Mohit is your subject. And he feels. He does this. Fine? Next. I worry about the future of our earth. Now, I is the subject. And what I do, I worry. It's not a physical action. We cannot perform actions, physical actions, but the work is doing here. I worry. So worry is your verb. Next, that man seems thirsty. That man is the subject and seems is your verb. So verbs are generally known as doing words also. Thus, we can say if we want to categorize verbs or doing words, they can be categorized into two ways. Physical actions like close, open, sleep, eat, dance, run, swim, speak, kick, clap, etc. The actions that you can perform physically, the actions that you can enact. But there are some mental actions also like think, dream, forget, imagine, remember, believe, and wonder. You cannot see them physically, but you could feel them. Now let's do one exercise. Fill in the blanks using suitable verbs. Such questions can be asked during your exams. So listen to such exercises very carefully. How could you do them? The man dashed the door. Children, now what's happening in the picture? He is opening. So you may write either opens, fine, but open will be wrong. Why? Let me explain you that. Now you know what is the subject? The man. The man is a singular noun. And with singular noun, we always use singular verbs. And always remember one thing. When you add s or es with the verb, it becomes singular. Fine? It's a vice versa. So man is singular. We will write singular verb. The man opens the door, or it may be written otherwise also. The man is opening the door. That is also correct. But if you will write the man am opening, the man were opening, that's incorrect. You know am is used with I and were is used with plural nouns. Fine, but we have a singular noun, so we have not used am opening or were opening. You may use opens, you may use is opening, was opening, everything is correct. Birds dash in the sky. Now birds, as it is a plural noun. Fine, plural noun, so our verb will be plural. Birds fly. But if you will write flies, will it be correct? No, not at all. It will be wrong. Or you may write am flying, is flying, was flying. Will it be correct? No, it will not be correct because you know that this word birds, it's plural. So with plural nouns, we always use are helping verb or were helping verb. So birds are flying in the sky or birds were flying in the sky. So you may write birds fly, are flying, were flying. Similarly, third example, the child dashed soundly. Now what's the subject here? Our subject is the child and the child is singular. So if the child is singular, we'll use only singular verbs like sleeps, is sleeping, was sleeping. Our next example is I dash in the pool, and here children our subject is I. Fine. So when the subject is I, we may use swim, am swimming, was swimming. Am swimming, you know, you use helping verb am with the when the subject is I, and was swimming also is correct. Kids, till now we have discussed that verbs are of two types. First one is physical verbs, actions that we enact, and the mental verbs, something that we could feel. Fine. But there are third type of verbs also. They are helping verbs. Helping verbs tell us about the tense, about the time. They tell us when the action happens, when the action happened, when will the action happen. Fine. We need verbs to tell whether the action is happening now or it is already done or going to happen in future. How could we do that? We could do that by using helping verbs. Let's discuss them in detail. To tell about the present time, to tell about the actions that are happening now when we are talking. When a verb tells that an action is done in present time, it's happening now, we use present tense. Verbs in present form, and those helping verbs are is, am, are, has, have, can, may, must. Remember these always. It will help you a lot when we want to tell about the actions that have taken place in the past, that the actions that are already done. We use helping verbs like was, were, had, could, would, should, and might. Had is the past form of has, have. Could is the past form of can. Would is the past form of will. Should is the past form of shall, and might is the past form of must. So these helping verbs denote the actions that have already taken place. And the third tense is future tense. So the verbs that tells you about the actions that are going to happen are will or shall. So these helping verbs are very important as they tell us about the tense. When the action happens, when the action happened, and when will the action happen. Remember. Do you want to know more about helping verbs? Let's discuss one exercise. Circle verbs in the following sentences. And the first one is the boy is flying a kite. Children, who? Who's performing action? We know the boy. So the boy is your subject. And what is the boy doing? Is flying. Is flying. Flying is your action word. You can perform action, and is the helping verb that is telling you that the action is happening now. So both are verbs. If you will get such a question in your exams and you will only circle flying, that will be incorrect because I don't know about the time. And if you will circle is only, that will be incorrect also. Why? Because main action is missing. So whenever you have to circle, you have to take care. If the helping verb is given, do circle that helping verb also, because then only it's a complete verb. Come to the next one. They had done their job well. Who had done? They. So they is our subject. Had done is our verb. Had means action is already performed. Had, past tense. Done. Obviously, they have done. So had done is telling you about the time that the action had happened. Next one, the sun was shining brightly. The sun is your subject. Was shining. Was shining means was is telling you about time. Past tense. Shining is the main action. Fine. So was shining is your verb. Rohit can solve all the sums. Now Rohit is your subject and he is able to. Can is telling you about that he is able to. Can. So can is your helping verb. Solve is your main verb. So both have to be circled. Rohit can solve all the sums. Next one, it may rain soon. There is a possibility. It is your subject and may is telling you about the possibility in the present form. Fine. So may rain. May is your helping verb. Rain is your main action. So it may rain soon. Kids, verbs. Verbs not only tells you about physical actions or about time, they also tell us about the state of being, how the person is, how the animal is, or how the thing is. For example, if I say the dogs are dangerous, yeah, the dogs are cute. Fine. So I'm telling about their state, how they are. Our word is telling you about their state. They are dangerous or they are cute. Similarly, he is tall. His state is being told with the verb is. The book is interesting. So sometimes they describe the state of condition or situation in which the subject exists. How they exist. The grass is green. Fine. The crows are black. They denote no action. Verbs like is, am, are, was, were. If only these verbs are used, there will be no action in the sentence. They'll only tell you about the state of the subject. Fine. And sometimes verbs also denote possession. Verbs like has, have, had. They tells you about the possession, what a person, animal or thing possess, what they have, what they uh, own. Got it? We'll discuss the usage of is, am, are, was, were, has, have, had in the upcoming classes. So stay tuned. Fine. And listen to the videos very carefully. Circle verbs in the following sentences. Tanu is a strong girl. I have already told you sometimes helping verbs are used only. No main action word is used with them. They tell us about the existence. Subject is Tanu and we have only is word here. No other verb is telling you about the existence. Tanu is alive. She is strong. Right now also she is strong. Fine. The clouds were dark. Subject is clouds. Were word is telling you that when I saw them, they are not in the sky right now, but when I saw them, they were dark. Next, I am happy today. I is your subject. Am word is telling you about my existence right now. How I am feeling right now. I am. Am word is telling you about the present action. Fine. So am is your verb. Next one, he has a football. He is your subject. And what he has, football. Has word is telling you about the possession. Has is your verb. Last one, they have long hair. They is your subject. What they possess? Long hair. So have word is telling you about the possession. Thanks children. Thanks for watching the video. But do practice this topic a lot because you cannot frame a sentence without verbs. Verbs are very important while framing sentences. So do practice it a lot. See you soon. Tata. Bye bye. Stay happy. Stay safe.